And we're live. Hold on one second. Let me fix this. Super duper. We're ready to go. What's up, everybody? We're live and rolling. Keep rolling. Hi, how are you? I am the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your messenger of God, the Lilith reincarnated. To get the whole intro, go to any other video. Learn all of them. Really? Yeah. Let's get on with it. Really? In order to keep up with me, you had to see what I post on my community page, my latest live video, anything in my shorts. Let's start with a little bit something new. Something old, something new, something dark, something blue. Really? Yeah, I'm gonna pull out some tarot cards. We're gonna skip religious studies. What? Yeah, we are. Why? Because I did a lot of religious studies throughout the week. We studied Krishna, we studied the ascending masters, we studied many different pantheons of religion. So we're not going to do that. We're going to skip that and move forward. Really? Couple things. Obviously, God sent me out into the big bad world, and it's funny because in a sea of people, I can be the only drop of water moving through there. Really? Worked out pretty cool. Something crazy, too. I was just, I don't have many women following, but that was fucking mind boggling what happened to me. Really? Yeah, I posted something maybe a little inappropriate, which was my bra size. That blew me away. Really? I go into, I'm just walking around the mall anyways. I can tell you the whole story if you really want to hear the whole story. My daughter's supposed to be there and meet her friends from 3 to 6. She says she's not sure if she's going to stay the whole time. She chose to go to fucking Park Meadows Mall. I didn't say that in the beginning because I don't like stalkers. Where's Park Meadows Mall? It is the last mall in Denver on the way to fucking nowhere land. Really? I mean, and that's why I said, why don't you just pick Castle Rock? We could have drove 10 more minutes. You could have gone to the outlets. Really? Seriously. So she goes to the bougiest, baddest mall in all of fucking Denver. And we get down there. I'm like, I'm not going to come back here twice. I ain't fucking around down here. I'll just hang out. So I go to park my car in a nice shady spot, but there's no fucking internet service. That's what I said. I'm just going to put on my headphones and probably watch a movie. For real, I had every intention. I was in Netflix and I was about to chill. Really, I started this movie called The Tall Girl. She was very tall. Really, started out okay. Anyways, it was just probably better I didn't watch no girl movies out there. So then it didn't have no internet, so I went in and I started cruising through the mall. And I got in front of Victoria's Secrets and I was like, you know what? I need a push up bra. Really? Yeah. I go in there, they try to give me, God, my daughter even knows what it's called. This thing has a name. It's like Robo something or something. I don't know. Every woman except for me knows what I'm talking about. They're like, we have the super duper, this, that, and the deluxe something. And they're like, you can feel it. And they give it to me, and this thing is so fucking padded, bro. It's like fake boobs. Like a man could wear this and be, super fucking punched up. I was like, no, I'm just trying to. I was like, I went on a fast and I lost a bunch of weight and I just need to get resized. I was like, and she goes to size me up. I shit you not. And that's why I said, can we scratch this one? I was like, she went to scratch it. I was like, just give me a new one. I'll write it down. She writes down 34 triple D. I've been a 38 double D my whole life. And I'm like, hold on a second. So I lose inches around my arms or around my body and they grow in my boobs. What the fuck is this? Really? I put on the 34 and it was kind of tight and I'm like, no, I need room to breathe. I need room to grow. And I was like, I have never, or is this even fucking real? So I'm like, I think you guys fucked this up. But the lady was literally sizing me up in the store in front of everybody, which in essence, when I go to purchase this thing, I get $10 off. They're like, did you try it on? You get $10 for going in there. And they have this crazy service, dude. They have these screens. Have you got I'm just blown away. Do they do this at every fucking Victoria's Secrets? Really? Well, yeah, naturally they would go and size you, but they would take you in a room to do it. They just did it for me out in front of everyone. I'm like, oh, this is nice. And then they take you into the dressing rooms. There's a screen in the dressing room. There's a touch screen where you can contact the lady that's outside of your door and tell her how it's working. And if you don't, she's still going to knock on the door every couple minutes to see if she can help. So then I tell her that, we get 3 different push-up options. I didn't go for the big bad one. I was like, no, not that one. What are some other options? Excluding the fact that I don't have boobs and the fact that I do and I don't need to push up nothing. What are some other options? So they give me like 3 different ones, but they're all 34s. And I'm like, dude, that's my daughter's a fucking 34. I told you I'm fucking tiny, dude. I got really tiny. Really. Seriously. So then I'm like, nah, I need the 36s. And it's just this whole thing. They're like this whole service. It's just like the service they provide. This was not how it was when I was, younger buying bras in this place. And to be honest, I was a Fredericks of Hollywood kind of girl. I don't even know if those still exist. I don't even know if they exist in Colorado. That's a California thing, I think. Anyways, going back to it. So I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, really? That's all I could say was, what the fuck? I got skinny and bigger boobs. How did that happen? And I was like, but that's what I was trying to figure out. I thought I was like, my boobs got smaller or something because my bras were all weird and shit. That explained everything. But in the sense of doing that, now I have to get, and then it's already, I complained about it. I had to get rid of all my underwear because my waist got smaller. So my underwear were sagging. They didn't come up to my waist anymore. Really? Imagine if I was wearing thong underwear, how weird that would have been. Anyways, moving on. They do have these disposable thong underwear inside of there that they ask you to put them on. I was going to take one and put it in my purse just to see what the fuck was in there. I'm not trying on underwear, but I wanted to bring one home as a souvenir and I forgot. And that's me as a child, and everything is such a fucking experience. I did this long walk through the freaking through the food court. They had all the normal options and then some stuff I never saw. I was really torn between some Greek food, and then there was some other stuff. What'd you get? Neither. I was just torn between it. I really wasn't hungry. So after I did that, I called my daughter. I'm like, "Where are you at?" And she's like, "I am so ready to go." I was like, "Cool, let's go." She spent all my money and she was ready to go, and we bounced. Really? Yeah, and that was cool. Then I came and I sat and processed for a long time. What did I come up with? Something kind of hurtful, but honest, but true, and it's obvious. I went through all of this weekend to set myself free. That shit that came out of nowhere, like it really did. It was like, you need to tell on him. You need to tell somebody you need help. And I was like, oh, dude, what if this ruins his life? What if this, and that? And I was really fucked off about it. Then I reach out and I tell someone, and I feel immediately better. Immediately better. And it was kind of this fucked up, the bigger picture. And that's what I led on to say is like, I didn't come to you for a friend, bro. I came to you so that I could bring closure to this, and perhaps he would never contact me ever again. In essence, using somebody, putting somebody in between us, holding him accountable by somebody. Realistically, yeah. And thank God I did. You see his manipulative fucking messages? Oh, I can't wait. No, wait, what? No, you got the wrong number. That's exactly if you ever fucking text me, I swear to God. So I'm gonna say, you got the fucking wrong number. Wrong number, wrong number. Realistically, it's like I don't know what you and him have. I have nothing, dude. He manipulates me. He's a fucking psychopath, and I'm crazy, and this isn't a good thing. Realistically, something like that. And that's what I was like, dude. And I got panicked because I'm like, am I, by talking to you, am I opening a door to him, or do you think, you know what I mean? I'm like, don't get the wrong idea. Like I'm using you to get close to him. This is the absolute opposite. I got to be flat out. I'm using you to get away from him. Now, I know that sounds really mean, and that's what I came to. I was like, damn, that's the real truth. I'd like to continue to talk to you, but not with him. You know what I mean? The whole point was that I had nothing to do. Like, I didn't expect that I would, meet somebody on the other side that was like minded and interesting to talk to. I did not expect that. I just wanted somebody to stop this. I just needed some closure. Now, as fucked up as that sounds, it's like, you must understand, I tried to explain that this whole twin flame journey has nothing been but traumatizing for me. And I've been searching long, far, and hard to find ways to destroy or end or complete these fucking contracts with these men. I finally feel like this might do it. I feel like he'll think twice. He will not contact me. He won't do this again. He won't fuck with my head no more. I can be free from this. I don't have him manipulating me. I feel like in a sense it's like he knows that I'll go tell his brother or something. I don't know if that means anything, but it does in my head. In my head it feels like there's a policeman or something there, something protecting me. That's desperate, don't you think? That's a very desperate act, but that's what came out. It's like you need to do something. You need someone to come in and help you. And that's really what it was. I point this out because, okay, first off, that's it kind of extreme, but I'm serious. I'll go to extreme measures to be free of the past and given an opportunity to breathe and have a future. No offense, bro, but he knew it from the beginning and he kept saying it, but he kept manipulating me. He knew he couldn't be anything for me, but he didn't want anyone else to be that either. And that's fucked up, dude. I had just got out of a situation with that, like that, with my ex-husband. It's like, I don't want you, but I don't want nobody else to have you. That's not cool, bro. When I'm sitting here and all I want is you. And so we go through that. And then I promise you, each of my twin flames exhibited that to me at some point. You super duper made it very clear that you didn't want shit to do with me. So let me be. Now, here comes the next one. Wolfman just went live. I'm going to share it after this video. The first 11 minutes. He says that he just booked a flight to San Diego out of nowhere. He'll be in San Diego in a couple days. Whatever. And he goes on and he's just, look at me type shit. He goes on to talk about his Iron Man thing and he's like, training is not my priority. It's not my main priority. That's not what the fucking email said. That's not what your little fucking vlogs say, how you're so disciplined and how you're putting all yourself into it. Then he goes on to say that he reminds everyone that he's hosting a raffle. He's running a raffle for what he doesn't put in the words, and I will give you words to put it, as an all-exclusive spiritual retreat to Argentina. He says it would be that. He's like, and then he goes on, he's like, he tries to say how he's going to build this structure for some lucky winner. And he says, it's going to cost me about $4,000, but I believe that's a great investment to be able to change somebody's life. And I believe this is alignment and this is meant to be. And rather than getting angry and just laughing at you because you know, all of that, that to me is an exhibit that you don't need me, buddy. We're done. Again, you don't need me to teach you how to heal people. You're about to do it on your own. And you can offer them more than I do. I'm not paying for that. You're offering them a whole, as you say, it's not a vacation, a whole paid fucking vacation to go get spiritually well with you in Argentina. Some lucky winner. You don't need me. It seems like you're doing quite well in your own little spiritual ventures. I just want to remind you that we don't align. You may be aligning yourself to be something like what I am. That's cool. But you're not aligned with what I'm doing. And your look at me acts aren't working. Obviously they caught attention, but I'm not feeding into the bullshit. And that would be exactly what you said as I scrolled further to the Sagittarius. This person's making themselves available to you, and they're sexy, and you don't want to miss this. And then you say, well, what are you doing? Nothing. I'm focusing on myself. I'm not interested in loving you. What is the return in giving love to a man like you? You're going to love me back the way I love you? Let me show you how simplistic it was. In the last 48 hours, I talked to a stranger that was able to give me conversation of something that had my intrigue. And that's what I said. I spent all my time teaching and talking. And I finally found somebody that I would like to learn and listen to. Do you have something that I want to hear come out of your mouth, Wolfman? Or you're just constantly, a know-it-all? The second thing he starts with is right away, some guy gets in there and he's like, gives his whole spiel and he's like, and I'm attached to a Virgo who's moved on and is in another relationship, but I could still feel their energy. I'm not going to even tell you what he said to that person. I would very much encourage you to, again, watch the first 10 minutes of this when I share it after this video. It's like, yeah, this is a man I want to spend a week with teaching me how to, overcome spiritual matters and get into my shadows. Eat healthy food and do workouts. Sounds like a great spiritual retreat. Lovely. How is it impulsive that you just bought a ticket to San Diego when you spoke of it last year? That you were going to be celebrating yours and your mom's birthday together because she's an Aries as well. Are you lying? And is that collective reading that you just posted that said they're lying to your face and you're letting them? And I love that you came out with a liar video after I pulled every lying ass card for the last 72 hours. I'm in hell, right? This isn't real. This isn't my life, right? I'm going to wake up one day and they'll all be gone. Like I never knew these guys. Like I'll completely forget like my cachet on my internet, everything will be gone. Just one day I'll wake up and this will all be just this weird fucking dream that never really happened. It just happened in my head because I was ill. What?
Where's my box?
I don't know.
It was in on the TV.
You want? Oh man, she's having a period. This could be bad. Really? Yeah. Russ did this to where I will never forgive him or accept him again. Russ did exactly what you're doing, and he's watching it, and it's reflecting back because maybe he didn't want to see his own, he didn't want to take responsibility for his own actions. So he needed to see someone else do it to me. It's not in here.
I don't know where my box is at all. It was in the TV. I remember because I was on the TV.
I don't know. Do you have a charger for right now and we can fix this
No.
after my video?
No, I don't.
I don't know how many times she's gonna bust in my door on some shit. I want this. I want to start my new chapter. But as I said, I'm not sure anybody wants to start a chapter with me with all of these open ends, and so I will go to any measure to make it end. I don't have a future with any of you, so that means you're just the past. I'm just staying quiet. It's like, can you hear that? It's over. I got whatever I could get from our connections, but now all they are is negative. I can only use you as a teaching tool of negativity or low vibration. Don't distort the pity and love that I gained during this journey for you as anything of a future prospect in me. Because all I ever think about is that somebody new is going to come in and make me fall in love with them in a way that I never felt for you. And I will never forget, I will never think about you ever again because I will be so deeply in love with this person. I'll never take my eyes off this person to where you will never enter my brain again. That's what I think of. That's what I pray for. That's what I dream of. If my dream can't be that I live happily ever after by myself, then this person makes me we live happily ever after by ourselves, is the dream. I don't know what you're doing, Wolfman, but it's not for me. And that's what I said. I'm not signing up for your bullshit. You have a million girls in that live stream that want you to come do a meet and greet, which I think you probably offered later, and I didn't hear it because there was all these people in the offerings talking about come meet me here or there. Huh? She said it's in my car. Do you want my keys? I was looking for it this morning because I was trying to put all your phones on the charger, all your devices, and she said it's in the back seat of the car. Yeah. Or you want to wait till I'm done and I'll try to remember. You'll have to remind me. She told me that, and I've been to the car about 7 times and didn't grab it. Okay. It's not charged because I didn't put it on the charger, by the way. Really? Yeah, when I wake up first thing in the morning because I know he's up on his phones all night. He is, not her. I'll go in there and put it on. Put all his shit on the charger before he gets up. Usually works. Anyways, I don't know. You can have everybody's attention, dude. You can have whatever girl you want. That's what you manifested. I will show you how to make money fall from the trees, how to have, a blonde, a brunette. You can have whatever you want, bro. You just can't have me. Not like this. I don't want nothing to do with this. And you don't need me to initiate you if you can already teach people how to do shadow work and heal them. You don't need me or God. You already got the power to do that. And you've got the finances and a location and you make it far more appealing than what I actually do. So go on with your big bad self. Really? I think we're done, don't you think? Through you, I was able to recognize what was wrong with me and heal it, face it, and recognize it, and heal it. What is it? I have an outrageous sexual desire that is so repressed. Really, I have the ability to use myself in ways that you do all day, and I just, you're just an unhealed version of myself. Really, yeah. You know what I mean? You taught me about myself, and I appreciate that. And now that I've learned how to deal with myself, it's time to move on because I don't need to deal with another unhealed version of myself in you. You have still yet to even acknowledge there's something wrong with you. But I appreciate it because this is what the twin flame does. Through you, I was able to at least acknowledge what was wrong with me and get a hold of it, even if you don't even see anything that's wrong with you. And that's typically the story around here. There's nothing wrong with Russ. There's nothing wrong with Bobby. There's nothing wrong with Lewis. And going back to myself, as I sat in my parking lot and I watch all my neighbors, these single people that are anywhere from their 20s to their freaking 70s, and they walk around. They live in their houses by themselves. I'm not sure they don't have lovers. I don't see a bunch of friends and partying going on. There's people like me all over the world that don't have anyone and by choice. And nobody says anything to them about that. They may sit in their houses lonely. But there's a great deal of us that just live a fucking lone and like to be left a fucking lone. Only because God wants something more for me, which is meaning he wants to use me to repopulate the world with better children. I have an actual purpose to this stupid shit. He needs me to be a better version of me. So, going into all of that fucking fun bullshit, it's like there's really nothing wrong with me either, then, in that sense. There never was, in that sense. Couldn't tell me nothing. There's nothing wrong with Kanye West. There's nothing wrong with Logic. There's nothing wrong with Marshall. There's nothing wrong with none of you, right? Okay, then. You don't need no self help. You don't need no nothing. What the fuck you doing on my page? This is a page where I realize that I need help, that I need to change a lot of my being, and I show you what that looks like. And I try to push and pull and beg and plead that you'll do the same for you so that we can have better people on this planet. There might be somebody out there like minded like me. I expected that right away. I expect that as soon as somebody finds out all the shit I'm into, they think I'm crazy and they don't want nothing to do with me because they're not like minded like me. Imagine my surprise when Bobby's brother was actually intrigued by what I did and actually paid me compliments for my ability in my craft. Wow, you're not scared of me, huh? You think what I do is cool? You think I'm good at it? That's nice. Nobody's ever told me that. That's a good way to start a conversation. Imagine my surprise. And that's what I said. I'm just waiting for you to block me. Everybody does. Really? Because of my crazy belief systems that I force into my current reality. But realistically, when it comes down to it, there's nothing wrong with me. And you guys can run around and call me all kinds of things and, say I'm this, that, and the other, but in the court of law, there's nothing wrong with me. Now, if we pull together all the evidence of what you're doing, are you just as clean? That's all, Mr. Clean. Just wanted to tell you that. Congratulations on all your success and endeavors. Enjoy San Diego. Make sure you have some carne asada fries for me. And after that, congratulations to the great winner that, Wolfman's going to get inside of your psyche and help you become a much better person. Can we move on now? Let's move on. Where are we at in the Notoria? It's not predictable in the Notoria. These cards? I'll show you right now. They go in number order, and they go in the synchronicity of the sequency of the planets and the angels, the energy flow. So what do we got? Oh shit, we got the Three of Cups, which again is back to collaborations. But the next one is not. Is that 47? Yeah, that's crazy because we did. That's what we've been talking about since the beginning of the week was collaborating. I want to collaborate with like-minded people that again are in a position to not only learn but teach me something too. That was intriguing. You're talking about stuff that we don't talk about, that I don't usually, conversations I don't get to have. Tell me more. You're tired of hearing the same bullshit from people. You're tired of hearing people. Just noise. It was intriguing. So as I started to get into this intrigue, this is where I started to figure out where the trigger came from. I started panicking. I was doing before I realized what I was doing, which was what? I was, in essence, trying to get to know, which is build a connection with a cool dude. But and as I told him, you're not just some dude. And at one point, I realized you're his brother, and this could lead to him, and I don't want that to happen. And as I told him, I was like, I don't want you to fucking hide me like he does, but please do not bring him into don't share the details of our conversation with him or make him feel comfortable about, realistically, can you not tell your brother that I'm talking to you? Or just not let him know anything like he does? Play the same role? Seriously, I don't want nothing to do with him. I didn't even know I was going to talk to you after this, but you said a couple things and now you got my interest. I was interested until I realized, wait a minute, the more I get to know you, this could get me closer to the very thing I'm trying to run from. That's what I said too. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm hoping that you'll keep him away from me. Call your mother or something. Call the police. Call his wife. And that makes it difficult too. All reality. That's it too. It's like, can't really be your friend yet. This puts you in a very difficult position because you already know something. Realistically, all right, say I actually hung out with this person. We're outside in public, and there's Bobby's wife. Not even Bobby. Who's this? Another thing. You want to explain this? We can't. I don't want to live in. And that's what it is. It's all just condemning, no matter how you look at it. That's how I kind of felt about it. It's like, geez, how come everything I do is so condemning and dangerous, risk taking? That's where I came to that conclusion. I just got to move out of Colorado. I had to watch. I had to figure out how my brain jumped to such massive fucking conclusions of absolute self destruction because it saw the negative possibility of where this could lead. And that's exactly self sabotage. No, if you keep going down this road, then this could happen. You better stop now. Could it happen? It could. And just the idea that this could happen was enough to make me stop. Really? Mm-hmm. I'm still focused on collaborations, whatever that means. And that's what I feel like. I feel like, and that's what was exciting about it. This was a breath of fresh air. And at no point did I realize that's what it means is I realized I disassociated that this was even Bobby's brother that I was getting to know. And then I realized you're befriending his brother. What are you doing? You brother fucker. And I was like, oh God, what am I doing? Really? That's what happened. I can only tell you what happens, and that's it. It's like, oh, that kind of took off. But I can tell you why it took off. I was intrigued, and I went with, you know what I mean, with it until my fears stopped it all. Funny how those work. Maybe I should sign up for Wolfman's fucking retreat, and he can fix me. I don't think $4,000 retreat to Argentina is going to fix me, my friend. And considering I don't have a passport, I can't even participate in your bullshit. Go on with your bad self. I'm going to sit here and just keep working on me. Three of Cups. Should we do an invocation? What number is that? 47. Really, nothing's wrong with you, right? You guys are fine. You never needed me. I needed you. How about we just change the narrative and just say I don't need you anymore? Does that make it better on page 44? We got to change our mind, whatever it takes, to stop thinking this way. Invocation, nope. What is her name? Asaya holds his left hand over our heart. I see that. Why the left hand? That feels weird. Try to put your left hand on your heart. Tell me if it's not weird for Marshall. He's left-handed. Okay, fine. It's then you put your right hand over your heart and say, "I pledge allegiance." Hey, when they told you that, did they ever try to correct you? No, not that hand, the other hand. Do you ever get confused with lefty loosey and righty tighty? Sorry, probably not, because you're left-handed. You already know which one's the left. Trump says that to be left-sided or left-winged or from the left side or whatever he's saying, even according to mysticism, that's not necessarily a good thing. Really, let me shake your hand. Let's see how this works. It's like the only twin flame. Really, there's still no future with Marshall. What do you think Marshall's doing? How'd that door open? I said his name and the door busted open. There wasn't even someone on the other side. Anyways, moving on. Put your left hand over your heart and kiss your ass goodbye. Just kidding. Actively conveying our desires and wishes. Well, yeah, my heart speaks and it's a terrible language. Really? It sounds very alienish. Materializing them with precision. That's what I'm working on. I said something in my other video. I don't know if it got chopped up. I was like, maybe I'm supposed to, I think I'm manifesting this next guy. I was like, maybe I'm supposed to date a psychologist, somebody that already deals with crazy people. Really? Then he could just walk around and say she's mine. She's kind of crazy. And maybe when I'm acting up, he'll offer me like, a happy pill or something. Maybe he knows some skill. I mean, he doesn't need to help me, but just being understanding, that would be helpful. That would be very helpful. You know what I mean? I'm not paying you as my therapist. Maybe do you take tokens of love in the sense of I need someone like-minded. I need an old priest and a young priest. That's not funny right now. Just saying, it's one of my funny sayings, but it's not funny right now. But that's what I said. I think I'm manifesting this. I think that would be good. Somebody on high levels of psychological understanding is the only person that can understand what I'm doing over here. Really? Even some of these highest leveled people in religion don't even know what I'm talking about because they only know their own religion. They could probably help me in theirs. And in that case, send a fuck that there's plenty of those guys that we could sit around all day talking about your God, only under the assumption that we're going to talk about all gods and it's not all about your God. If you come over here and try to make me Muslim and say that, you know what I mean, your God your way is the only way, we're going to fight all the time. But if you want to introduce your way into our way and not try to push your way, but be part of the way, then that's cool. You know what I mean? That would be useful. Really? I don't know. I'm open to multicultural men from other countries. At this point, I don't know if our country will let you in, and I can get a passport. There's nothing holding me back. It's just financial shit. Really? Well, it's just I can't buy one. So you have like $400 times three. Do the math, and where are we going on $1,200 passports? But realistically, once we get the passports, the doors open. We're like, why do you need three? Because there's nowhere I'm leaving. I'm not leaving the country without my kids. What kind of fucking I was a bad parent, but not like that. There's no way I'm leaving the country without my kids. I'm not Kim Kardashian. That's stupid. Anything could happen. As my saying is to my children is if I can't see them, I can't save them. Until they can save themselves, that's my responsibility. So yeah, that's what I mean. No, I'm not going to Argentina. I'm a mother. I have responsibilities. Not all of us, you know what I mean? We can just up and leave and go, hang out on the beach with you and work out and eat great foods. I see the mirror in this sense because I used to tell the guys all the time to take this spiritual retreat and go hang out in the woods with me. I get it. And he'll pay for it though. He'll put you in a nice hotel and he'll feed you. And, you get to see him, in all his glory. Me, not so much. We're going to eat, but I'm not going to look so beautiful while I'm sitting there crying and going through this with you. You know what I mean? You cry, I cry. We're going to cry. I'm not going to just sit there and, pet you from afar. This is going to hurt both of us. Why? Because I actually feel pain. I have empathy and sympathy. I can feel energy. That was the last thing he said. He's like, when I do this, I get drained. Really? Go have a cup of coffee, little guy. Moving on. I don't like you. I just wanted to say that you make it that way. If I ever did, you're pushing your ego to where whatever Oscar was when I first met him no longer exists. Now we've got the Iron Man, body of steel. Let me push your buttons. Stupid. Seriously? Hook you up to some electricity. Sorry, I know what you're doing and it's not working. And that's just it. You're a distorted masculine. That's all I can say about that. That's all I gotta say about that. And the men are watching. Don't act like this. Don't do this. Don't push yourself on people. Don't. I'm serious. Russ did this. They all watched Russ do this to me. He's barely seeing his own behaviors play out in another. And that was what was hard to watch Marshall. Marshall watched, they all, all these people that had already been where he is were watching him with such cringe. It's like, fuck, that was me. I've done that. Oh, God. But they didn't really understand the other person. They remember doing those actions, but they never got the bigger perspective of what those actions led to until they saw Russ do this to me and what that did to me and what was the outcome. So maybe I acted like other people treated you and you thought that that was so wrong until you saw this is definitely worth that response. Or maybe you didn't and you didn't understand why people freaked out when you did those type of shit. But it is fucking peacocking shit. I don't know if you guys are fully unaware that men do this on such an awful level. Women do too. I'm sure if I had a bunch of girls I could tell you about how they're all showing off to each other and trying to take each other's boyfriends and all this stupid shit. Women do. Don't think they're fucking better. That's those street girls. But that's what it is. You're always trying to assert yourself and show that you've got everything together and you're successful and you know it all and you're going to be missing out if you don't get a guy like me. That's what these bitches. Okay. I'll have to pass on that. I'm sorry. I'll have to find my own way to Argentina. I just want to point out if I wasn't flying, I wouldn't need a passport. If we were just driving through Mexico, and I have verified this with all of my Latinos. If I was just cruising through the lands, I wouldn't need a passport. It's when I leave my land. Really? And if I came back through Mexico, again, I wouldn't need a passport. Really? I know how the illegal foreigners move through our planet. And in essence, is that me being illegal, going? They say it's not. Really? They told me you can move through all of those countries. Really? I don't know. He had passport problems, but I bet if he just pulled out his ID, he would have been okay too. Oh, they're American. They got money. Idiot. I don't know. Whatever. He's gonna put $4,000 on your healing. I wish somebody would have put me on a $4,000 healing. Maybe I would be better by now. What's it cost to heal a broken person? Is that it? Damn, we should start saving. We should start saving for our children at a young age if we know that's all it costs to fix them from all the shit we did to them. $4,000. Maybe I'll sign my daughter up. I'll pay for her healing of everything I failed her at. Moving on. The universe will always look for a way to manifest a strong spiritual impulse that arises in us when truth and righteousness moves in. For this, it must be externalized and communicated. What? Heard what I said. That was really harsh. I never heard that saying. My brother made up that saying about his sister molesting him. What? Saw that brother fucking bitch. Really? Yeah, that was very inappropriate. Seriously, I heard myself say that. It's like, is that where this is gonna lead? No, I'm not fucking you. I didn't even want to fuck your brother. You fuck him. Fuck you. I'm not fucking nobody, bro. I'm getting fucked out here, literally. I'm not fucking nobody. I just be talking shit. Seriously? Seriously. Trying to like make love to someone's body is what I said. I'm sure as much as you want to know what that is, I'm sure you don't. Realistically, probably don't. Ask your fucking brother. That's what I mean. I don't want to be part of any of this. Seriously? Ugh. Ugh. What if I was stuck in that? Really? That's what I asked. And that's what I mean. It's like, what do I got to do? You would have thought that, and you would have thought Russ putting his little fucking, his little ex girlfriend in the picture would have fucking, he would have moved on. And that's why I said, why are you bothering me? Don't you have a girl? Don't you have a career? Don't you have a life? Aren't you so happy? Why are you always trying to prove to me that you're so fucking happy and so successful? And then I realized he wasn't trying to prove it to me. He's trying to prove it to the world every fucking day. Every fucking day. Every fucking day and every fucking night. Oh, that's a dirty song. Never mind. I remember I heard what the next words, the next lyrics were. You guys. Anyways, for this, it must be externalized and communicated. You have to communicate. Why is it so hard for communication? Well, I get it. I shut down too. And that's it. Get triggered. It's too much. I can hear Kanye. I'm no good at intimacy. Go away. See what I mean? You guys are only useful as negative receptors. When, on the other hand, our emotional self holds the impulse captive, abnormal and wearisome situations can arise in us, capable of degenerating into dangerous and deceptive ideas or false or dishonest behavior. Really? Yeah, that's that lion shit. Really? Detroit Lions. But I mean, you're all liars. Anyways, moving on. It's the chorus of the virtues, the Three of Cups. Oh shit, it's Mercury. Oh shit, and Scorpio, and the Three of Cups. Well, that's what he shared. He shared some Mercury and Aries video where you're gonna talk your truth. Bitch, I'd be talking the truth. Really, just be afraid of what that's gonna do. Sometimes, my chest is on fire right now. Fuck. What is it? Chakra, dude. It's on fire. Seriously? Oh, I just started. It's bad. It feels like I can't breathe, like pneumonia. What does that mean? I don't know. It could end in crying. Fuck. What is that? And that's what that is. It's like you don't feel energy, and that's why he's like you're feeding in your. This is what he said in that video, bro. God, I can't believe you. Sometimes I can't believe you anytime. He tells them he's like, you're sitting there thinking about him, and then you're watching tarot, and you're feeding into your own delulu, saying you could feel their energy. He denied people their feelings. He says, I hear this all the time that people think that they can feel, and he does the quotations, their energy. He doesn't feel energy. So he wouldn't know what you're talking about. He doesn't know what it feels like to have somebody's energy intrude. He doesn't know that feeling. So he thinks you're making it up. He thinks you're making it happen because you're thinking about them. He thinks that you won't let them go. Let me teach you something about this science of this third party that you don't understand. Why they're with this person, when Russ is with Jonica and when Bobby is with Heather, and they're treating them or not treating, they're not giving them attention like I do, they're thinking of me. Okay? When they're about to, they watch my videos all the time, so they're constantly thinking about me. But when they're with these women in their quiet space, they're constantly comparing these women to me. She wouldn't do this. She wouldn't do this. Meaning what? Phoenix wouldn't do this. Phoenix wouldn't act like this. Phoenix would do this. Phoenix would do that. And that's where you're picking up is that they live, you know what I mean? I live rent free in their head. They're comparing this woman to what I am. Am I doing that over here? So when I'm sitting there, I'm not manifesting you. You're thinking about me because you truly miss me. When I'm sitting at home and it's quiet, I'm not thinking about what it would be like to curl up next to Bobby. I'm not thinking about what Russ is doing. I'm not thinking about you. And that really hurts you. But you could let yourself off the fucking, not feel so worthless and just say, she has brain damage. She doesn't think. So don't feel like it's like I'm thinking about anybody. When I do think, I tell you about what thoughts came in my head. I just don't think about people. Now, if I'm experiencing something and it reminds me of you, that's different. If I'm feeling something or I heard a song or something triggered a memory of you, then I'm thinking of you because this reminds me of you. But as they say, out of sight, out of mind. The longer that I don't think about you The longer it goes, you know what I mean? Something has to, and you should know this from knowing that I'm mental, my mental illness. I have memory loss. It would have been terrible to tell him that, but I could have easily told his brother, I promise you, I don't remember what Bobby looks like. I only remember when I Google him. Seriously? Mm-mm. I always forget what he looks like. Why? Because it's in my pattern to forget him, to erase him. Just forget him. Just stop thinking about him. Don't think about him. I don't allow myself to think about him. Unless these cards come up and God pushes them on me, and you've seen me go to war with God at this altar. If you don't get this fucking Scorpio out of my fucking energy, which means I'm thinking about him, I'm daydreaming, I'm feeling about him. I don't want to think about this person. Do you know what that means? You've been through that, yes? What do you do? So even though this person in their video, they're like, they left me and they're in another relationship, but I can still feel their energy. Of course you can, because they feel like shit and they're completely always comparing you to the new person they just tried to replace you with. That's that old saying, right? To get over someone, you got to get on top of someone else. So while she's over there with this man and this man isn't treating her like you, she's remembering how you treated her. When he doesn't do what you did, then she's thinking about you in her quiet space, and you could fucking feel that shit. Don't think you're forgotten. You can feel when they're thinking about you. But Wolfman goes and denies that to his collective and says that's not real. Thought energy isn't real, is what he denied you. Which, how can he manifest if he's denying that thought energy isn't real? If you send thoughts, that means that prayers aren't real either. Because sending your thoughts and prayers is what? It's sending energy through your quiet place, through what you think, sending secret wishes. So when I told Bobby's brother that I'd like to help him manifest something just for helping me out, I need a couple more details. What would I do? I'd sit here in my quiet space and I'd ask God, God, this guy's been really great and he's helped me out a lot. He needs some help in an area of his life. And that's where I'm about to be right now. He won't necessarily tell me, but you know what he needs most. Can I use my power to help this man because he's actually given me more power just being in his presence? Can you help me return the favor magically? So shall it be. Really? He won't tell me what he needs help with, but I would like to help him because he helped me. What is that? Thought. When we sit together, and if I invite anyone this time, when we get together and we do a full moon ceremony or a new moon ceremony, we're sending our thoughts and intentions out into the universe with the belief that our prayers will be heard. They can hear our thoughts, they can hear our unspoken prayers. Who's they? So when he says that, you know what I mean, that you can't feel them in your energy, he's denying your feelings and your abilities because he doesn't feel that way and he doesn't have any abilities. But once again, dude, he's going to pay for you to be a better person. He's going to get you right. He's going to get you spiritually right. You're going to be a prophet by the time you're done with him. He's going to make you a whole fucking manifester. My chest hurts real bad. Sometimes all you can do is have happy thoughts. And that's what I taught you this morning. When you're going through the darkest night of the soul, you've got to faith your way out of it, which is make up a happy thought and believe it'll work, and it will work. If you build it, they will come. Just off the thought. You speak the thought. That's what God gave us. Metatron gives us the thought. Well, it's God, but Metatron helps us create the thought into a calculative idea or picture in our head. All we got to do is speak of it. Our heart will fuel it, and we have to believe in it and just go and it becomes real. To say that you can't send me, you're denying the very power that I teach over here. I'm teaching people telepathy. Russ, come here, bud. We got to show this guy our connection because he doesn't believe that this happens, that we can connect. He doesn't believe that we can send our thoughts to each other. Marshall, do you want to explain to him? Are you ready to stop being quiet and tell him that we can? That you never had to talk, but we can do all of this without actually talking because you're like an alien? He doesn't know what it feels like, what a person feels like. He's detached, he's devoid of his feelings. I have all compassion for you because I didn't have any feelings. But when you open up, you can feel everything, including spirits and people. Your mom or dad or somebody that passed away, that's a bad example because you might still have yours. Somebody that passed away gives you a feeling. You're supposed to be able to recognize that feeling later on in life and know that that person is still with you. Anytime, as Mr. Plum, anytime he smells vanilla tobacco, he thinks about his father. So once in a while, the smell of vanilla tobacco will cross his nose so that he can know that his father is near. To deny a person that they can feel energy of another person is to deny what we do over here. It's to deny the divine feminine and the power of manifestation. Take a bow, buddy. You really put on a show in the first 10 minutes of that video. And then again, like I said, I scrolled to the Sagittarius. And that's what you said. I listen to your Sagittarius not because I'm looking to find out what someone else is doing, because I don't care what they're doing. Their movements don't determine mine. It doesn't matter how hard you're working at something. What the question is what is, and that's what you asked. How does Sagittarius feel? Sagittarius doesn't have time for love. Sagittarius is working on themselves. Is that not the same Sagittarius video you have pulled for the last 7 days? You keep pulling that. We're not interested. We're not interested. We're not interested. It's nice to fall in love, but we're not interested. As you said, training is not my priority right now. Loving a man is not my priority right now. And as you go on, you said it in the Sagittarius, your priority is self love. Yes, I'm going through a lot right now so that I can prepare to give my love to a man and maybe some friends and some community. But right now, I need all the love I can give. I need, say it again for the idiot that wants to save people. I need all the love that I can give. You don't give from an empty cup. I want to love you, but right now I have to love myself. I have to take care of myself before I can give this love. Now, when we get into a relationship, you must understand there are going to be moments where I need to pull out and take care of myself. This is nothing against you. And I will tell you straight up, I'm triggered and this is what I got to do. I'm used to doing this by myself. I feel like if you watch me, it's going to make me feel a little bit more insecure about what I'm doing. Maybe just log on to my channel and let me figure this out because this is how I deal with this. I have a technique that I've used for 3 years of how to deal with myself. I cannot stop dealing with myself to deal with you. It's not often that I have to, turn everyone else off and take care of me, but when I do, I do. Really? You'll see me turn selfish on the kids too. I'm sorry, you got to fend for yourself. If they were smaller, no. You know what I mean? And that's where it is too. Is like when I know this is going to happen, they'll prepare me. We end up going to the store and stocking up, and they got all these goodies, and they can fend for themselves while I'm crying in a dark night of the soul for 3 days. Seriously? Hey, I've been doing this for a while. We had to figure out a way to make this work where I could still function somewhat. Really? Just kind of want to point that out. And that's where I'm like, if you can't have compassion or even respect that this is not just a show, but it is a way of my life. And the way of my life is healing myself. I'm not just putting on a show, looking for, hurt parts. This is really me live. I'm hurt throughout the week this badly. A whole week will destroy me. There's so much that I have to face all the time. And you could see why God said, you take care of you and I'll take care of everything else, because I couldn't. And that's what made me so sick. As my whole life, I was taking care of everything else, and my inside world was falling apart. Every time something bad would happen to me, I would say, "It's okay, you'll be okay, you'll be okay." And I just kept going. It was my way of life for all of life. Every time I would just take it and brainwash myself to forget it and you'll be okay. And that's how I made it through. But I didn't make it through okay. I can. I can push through anything, but I got to do it where I'm okay this time. And it is in my natural desire. My whole technique was to just forget about it. 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 Don't be fucking so hurt. Don't be so hurt when I just want to forget about you. Understand that you've caused me so much pain. I can't. I can't remember you because it just hurts too much. And ask yourself, don't be so fucking hurt. Understand that I'm hurt. Don't play victim to what you've created between us with your over the top, look at me actions. It's like, wonder why I call you bitch. What did you do to make a person like me hate you so badly? A person that only loved you and kept forgiving you and letting you do this for so long. What did you do to her? Ask yourself. And while you're doing that, that's fine. I'm going to fix it, but leave me alone to fix it and don't make it any worse. Don't come back doing that shit again. And that's what the whole Bobby thing is. Don't do this to me anymore. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with my mind. Don't mess with my emotions. Don't mess with my hope. And stop taking advantage of the fact that I love you. If you don't love me back, then this was just absolute an evil act for years. And you can come back and say, no, I really loved you. You could, but you're not convincing me. And I don't know if you'll convince anyone with just that sentence. There's none of this looks like an act of love on your side, bro. And it looks very desperate and pathetic on mine. And I'm looking at your brother like, no, I'm definitely not his mistress. I'm more like, this bitch that he fucks whenever he's, can get away. He lies to me and plays off of my emotions. He uses me and he blocks me. It takes me weeks and weeks to recover, and then as soon as I'm ready to go out and try to date someone, he shows back up. Starts making me think he likes me and that he wants to get close with me. My idiotic way is to get too close too fast, and he gets what he wants and he's gone. I really don't want this to happen to me anymore. I'd like him to stop, and I'd like to hope he's not doing this to someone else. He's not messing with other women like this. Then again, they're probably not as crazy as I was. Really? And that's, that kind of manipulation in mind games is like, it's making it harder. I'm trying to heal shit from before, and I still got another one. I have a current person traumatizing me. I'm trying to heal old trauma, and I got current trauma. Like, he's currently traumatizing me. Really? Yeah. Or terrorizing. That's a good way to say it. Terrorizing. I sat in my car. I gave myself a headache just crying because I'm pushing myself to just be like supposedly like regular people, social people. And then again, I sat there and I look at all these other people. Nobody's giving them shit because they live alone because they ain't got a social circle because they're not married. They all have their stories, but nobody's hurting them. And that was me. I was fine asleep. I didn't know I needed this. I didn't believe it. It's part of this thing that, God put in my heart. I, I'm serious. I didn't want friends until I woke up. I was all driven. I wasn't trying to make fucking friends in the studio. I was trying to fucking make music. I wasn't trying to talk to dudes. This dude came and I had all these feelings and then they came out. And then I was like, well, that felt amazing. And then I was like, well, I should try to do that again with someone that at least can be with me. It hasn't worked out yet. I wish I could create those feelings. I don't know where they came from. I wish I could open some, see some hot guy and just feel that way, get all close and fall in love with you. And, I wish I could just organically make this happen. I'm trying to figure out where it comes from and how people do that, how they just like, go date and get close. And before you know it, they're living together and they're like They found their partner for life. I don't know. I don't even know. Going back to my boyfriends, dude, my husbands, that's not what happened to me. My last ex husband, these kids' father, I was running a business in Colorado Springs. We hired him. He had a huge crush and kept pushing himself on me. And I think it was just the basic attention that I gave in, which is the same thing that if you look at the story of Bobby, Bobby kept pushing me and trying to, he kept trying to make advances at me. So I gave in. Not because I liked him, but because I was like, this will be good for me. I'm going to fuck the shit out of you. I swear to God, that was my mentality. It's the same story I've told since the beginning. Same thing with him. Oh, I'm going to fuck the shit out of this little boy. Really? I didn't know he was going to end up my husband. He was fucking 19 years old. I was 28. This was not funny. I was just a girl that moved from Colorado to California. I was riding around on my skateboard in San Diego looking for weed, and I met the homies. He's like, yeah, I know where to get weed. So now I knew a place. And I went there, and there's all these teenagers. And one of the teenagers was like, I like you. And he's like, I'm going to make you my girl. And he did. And that was it. My first boyfriend. I didn't choose. I never went out there and was like, I'm gonna go date this guy. I like this guy. I've never dated. I never chose. I was chosen and I gave in to the guys that were choosing me. That's pretty pathetic if you think about it. And that's where I break down to it. It's like, how did I end up with these guys? Because they showed me attention. They kept pushing. And that was that funny thing. It's like, and if you see me with someone, just know I tried everything not to be with this person. Like they dodged all my attempts to get rid of them. Really? Can you see it? Even if he wanted to try to get close, I was pushing him too. It's in the beginning of the videos. I was begging him to get close, but then when he would, I would push him away. And I think it may have started with him, but probably continued with everyone. I really, and that's what I mean. I cry from my heart. I really want to get close to you. But, as far as America goes, 51% of me is very Trump like and doesn't want to. There's 50%, there's 49% of me that does, but there's that little bit that seems to keep winning. And then I learned something else. It's like, stop asking questions. Why? Because the more you ask, the more you're intrigued. And what happens? You're just liking this person. You're starting to like the person. What happens if you're going to like them until you don't like them or until they don't like you? My brain's all fucked up, bro. Really? I never seen any of this because I never tried real hard. I didn't try to be B's friend. B came, and that's what I fucking told you, bro. I wasn't making friends at the shelter. I was just sitting there, and people would come up. And because I'm friendly, that was it. I was just fucking with her. I told her, I knew I was going to the Bone concert. I told her months about it. Hey, you want to go to the Bone concert with me? I gotta go. And then after that, we're besties. Oh, supposedly. I was like, yeah. So I thought she was my friend because she said it. Hey, friend. Hey, friend. Hey, friend. Morgan's like, hey, friend. Shit. That's what I said. I wasn't looking for a friend. I was just looking for some help. It'd be nice to stumble across a friend. And if you go back to the beginning, well, that's all I was actually looking for in Bobby. Just a connection, just a friend. He just kept trying to fuck me, or I just kept trying to fuck him. I'm not sure what's in those videos, bro. And that's it too. I don't know what you and my brother had if it was just sex. I don't even know what it is, dude. Until I watch those videos, I don't even know if I can make any sense of this. It's just shame. How about that? Shame. But I'm supposed to be respectful because the very magical bitch that you're looking at right now became magical because I fell in love with your brother. He woke me up. Every time I get close to that dude, I regain my power. So I don't know how this works, but I'm done. Really? Yeah. We're still working on collaborating. I'm trying, and that's what I said. It looks like I've completely regressed, but I'm still trying. Just because of today, I was like, I don't want to. I'll have to pick myself up and try. I might not be ready to invite people over for a new moon, but I still have a couple weeks to pull myself together for the full moon. And if I can't pull it off by then I can't. I can't force my healing. If I'm not ready to fucking, you know what I mean? Paranoia. Do I want to bring you to my house where you know where I live and you'll always know where I live? What if we stop we don't get along later and now you know where I live and you start bothering me? That's another thing. Everybody that starts my friend becomes my enemy. That's what I think. That's how my brain has seen. It's data. I can prove this shit. So it's like, oh, do you want to make a friend? Because you know that friends become enemies. Till I had one that didn't. Till I had a real friend that didn't backstab me or use me or neglect me, reject me, talk behind my back, or just flat out pretend, not like me and just, pretend to be my friend. Till one of those, until I get a real friend, in my mind, friends equal problems or friends equal enemies. I have proven data time and time and time and time and time and time again. A plus B equals C. They will only be your friend as long as you meet the conditions. But if you break this condition, you are now their enemy and they will turn against you and anybody else that you might know together. They will turn everyone against you if you do not meet the requirements of their friendship. And that's where it is. I can't. I might be able to, but I'm not going to be able to maintain everything it takes to satisfy you in a friendship. When all I'm trying to do is just make basic conversation consistent. Consistent conversation would be great. Meaning I could talk to you on a regular basis. That would be great. Like you're consistent, like you're present consistently. That's good. What are we talking about? I don't know, but as long as you're still present in the conversation, that could be helpful. There's something that I have never experienced either. And that's why God wanted me to wake up and do all this because there were so many things, so many good things of this life that I had not experienced. And the way that I was living was not going to allow those experiences to come in. I had no intention to let people in and build fucking connections and friendships. Professional networks was definitely on my, but that's an opportunist mindset. I can use the knowing of each other, the power, individual power that we have. We can use this collaboration to excel our careers. You know what I mean? So that's what that was. But again, I had no intention of having relationships. So I would have never felt any of these good feelings that I've had, throughout the journey with these guys. There's been some good feelings that I never felt before. But the bad ones way outweigh the good ones. I can assure you of that. 1000%. And that's what I said. I'm not going to go through all this for 2 seconds of fucking pleasure. This lasts this the joy I feel with you is last less than your actual orgasm, bro. It's so fast. And then I'm just left there with shame, loneliness, regret. If I ever felt loneliness, it's after I talked to you. So yeah, I wasn't going to be able to do those kind of things. I was going to end my life without knowing the real joy of motherhood because I didn't experience it. I was a mother, but I didn't experience the joy of it. Only the pain, the struggle, and the suffering. I was a wife, but I didn't experience the joy of being in a marriage. All I felt was the pain and suffering. I was many things, but I didn't enjoy the joy of it. Only after my awakening did I start to experience joy. So that's the good thing. But there's many days where I look back at the people that are completely asleep in the matrix and I long for that. I may have not been happy, but to not be bothered, you know what I mean? To not be woke was also a blessing. Everybody's going back to their normal 9 to 5 tomorrow. Fucking 7 to 3, 6 to 2, 8 to 4. Depending, unless you get an hour lunch, then it might be a little longer. You're going back to your routine. You're going back to the life that you created for yourself, where you have control and you're happy and you're not happy, but you're secure and everything goes your way and nobody bothers you and that's the way that you like it. Uh-huh, uh-huh. I had that kind of cool shit going on. I don't really get to do that. Every day, God's trying to push me out of my comfort zone, which is not necessarily my house, but out of the things that I'm used to, and force me to do things that never did before, that brings up a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, a lot of, frustration, a lot of feelings. I'm always being, and that's what he said, one thing about me is I'm not starting. I'm always being pushed to my limits. It's not necessarily physical limitations, thank God, because I'm not physically, that strong. I'm pretty strong, but not that strong. But I'm being pushed to my emotional and mental capacities at all times, the limits of what I think and how far I can push my feelings, which is open them. How far can I open my mind before it shuts down to possibilities? Can I allow this to be a possibility or my fear will destroy it? How far can I open my heart to love? Can I give you love like I want to? Can I be open with you like I want to? Or my mind will shut it down in fear that that I'm going to say the wrong thing. At any moment I could say the wrong thing and you'll stop talking to me because that's what people do. If I say the wrong thing, I'm too offensive, or I say something like, what if you didn't know I smoke cigarettes? Oh, I don't like her. She smokes cigarettes. You don't like anyone that smokes cigarettes, so now you don't like me anymore. And that's what I said. Do you think they'll still like me if they know I don't have a job? Because that's what it is. You're judging me, and I don't meet the qualifications to be your friend, to be a girlfriend, to be anything. Because I don't live like that, and you're looking for that. You need that structured person, or you won't give that person your time of day. I'm that person you won't give the time of day. But yet I'm here all day with all the time in the world. According to your structure, I'm not good enough. And I know that's an absolute lie. So I don't live your lie. I'm good enough to have your attention. I'm good enough to have your respect. I'm good enough to have your time and your energy. You just don't believe I'm worth it. That sucks for you. Realistically, yeah. I don't think the same thing. And that's usually what makes me pull away. It's like you could be a good investment, but what happens if I get invested and then you just run away? Because that's what people do in my life. If they don't run away, I push them away. So this is a really difficult thing to be over here. It's a constant battle. Nobody can come in and help it. I just have to do it. It could take me still another 20 years. I get mad at myself that I'm not fully healed after 3. It's like, damn, I do this every day, all day, every week. Shouldn't I be done with this by now? I didn't know how difficult it was to change everything about you and how much pain, again, how much pain and suffering I have repressed in there that's holding me back. It didn't hold me back. Maybe it did when I was asleep. Maybe it held me back from all I can see is people, but it didn't. That's what's so fucking stupid. I didn't have a problem fucking talking to people before because I didn't give a fuck what you thought. I didn't give a fuck what you thought. Your fucking opinion didn't even fucking matter to me because I didn't care if I was your fucking friend. You could respect me and go fuck yourself, or not respect me and still go fuck yourself. Really? Yeah, that's how I felt. I don't give a shit if you liked me or not. It's not necessarily being liked, but how about accepting? And when I became spiritual, I became absolutely unacceptable. I never felt discrimination until I was persecuted in the name of God. What a weird thing to be persecuted for. Really? I had this faint, fucked up feeling, that resonates with me. Bobby said, if you could just put down the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, if you could just stop acting crazy, we could do this. We could spend the rest of our lives. If you could just do this, if you could just do this, if I could just do something, if I could just change who I am, then I maybe could have had him in my life. If I could have just changed, given all this up, I probably could have had a lot of people in my life. Something about me praising God keeps people away from me. Is this a bad thing? I'm not sure yet. That's what I'm I'm fighting for God's promises, which is the joy that comes with this idea. But The idea itself is absolutely terrifying and pretty much defeating inside of my head, but it doesn't mean I don't believe in God. Even when I can't believe in myself or anything outside of me, I still believe in this. I believe in his dream. I didn't dream this. He wants this for me, and I believe that if he wants it and I do the work, it can happen. But it wasn't something I believed that. And the more that he showed me that it would bring me happiness, the more I did want the happiness he has for me. And that's why I keep fighting. But it wasn't on my agenda. I meant that very seriously. I wasn't, I was 5 years celibate. I had no intention on dating or hooking up with anybody in any part of my future. I had trauma, bro. I was not doing this. It was my mindset. So that's the way that I thought. And every time I get into this, and that's that tower, you're being forced to think a different way, but the old mindset is going to surface and try to take over. It wants you to go back to your old way of life, which was comfortable. And you can see that battle all throughout the week. All week, I'm pushing, I'm trying to regress. All week, I just want to go back to being alone. Just leave me alone. Just let me do my life. Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. That's my ego. That's all I've said my whole life to everyone. Just leave me alone. Really? Yeah. I can see myself. I don't know if this is real or if it's just my internal self projecting this image, but I could see myself crying on the ground, crying, please just leave me alone. Please just leave me alone. Just go away and leave me alone. Don't ever come back. Just go away forever and ever. Please don't ever come back. I don't know if that refers to one person or just my whole life. I just wanted to go away. Only as you hear the stories why you could see that I probably lived in that mentality. And that's why the personality disorder took over and I no longer existed because that's how I felt. I feel like this. I don't ever want to remember this. Please make it go away. After years of saying that, or whenever it started, it finally worked. These things would still happen, but the promise was fulfilled. Whatever would happen to me, I would just say that, crying, please make it all go away. I don't ever want to feel like this again. I don't ever want to remember this. And then I guess I'd wake up and not feel like that and run away so that I could forget. And then I would forget. How much did you forget? More than I know, more than you know. Because I have these faint memories. My brother lived with me for a couple years. And he used to sit there all the time and try to remind me of shit. Hey, fool, remember that time? Hey, fool, remember that time? Hey, fool. I never remembered any of them. And he would go in and he would tell more details. No, you remember because we were right there and you were right there. No, I don't remember. No, but you remember. And I never thought anything of it. I just figured we're literally sitting there smoking weed and I can't remember a story. I didn't realize that I could never remember any of his stories. I wonder if he thought that I was just like not listening to him and just saying that to him all the time. Really? I never remembered what he was talking about. And he would always pour on more story, more details, like it would spark my memory. Did I specifically forget that memory? No, I promise you. I never wanted to remember California. I wanted that whole time to go away. All those years, everything. I never want to remember this, ever. So you can imagine that's what happens. I just want to shut down. I want to delete it. I want it to go away. erase it from my memory, from my phone, like everything. Do you remember the story? That's what I did with my mom when she died. As soon as she died, that day I came. I didn't sell it. I gave it away to the lady. I ripped out everything that she owned out of my house. Everything. Because I didn't want to think about her. I didn't want my daughter to think about her. I didn't want us to feel the pain of her not being there by looking at her stuff. So I erased the actual memory that she was even there within 24 hours of her death. It's one of the biggest mistakes I think I could have made because I think that damaged my daughter real bad. We haven't talked about it. But that was my answer. That's the only way I knew how to cope was get rid of it. Get rid of everything that will remind you of this. Just get rid of it. You know what happened? I forgot my mom. I wouldn't allow myself to think of her. Anytime she would start to come into my chest, I would think of my mom. I'd start to cry and I'd change my mind. I wouldn't even know where that thought was coming from. I wouldn't even allow it. What makes me really good at this is because I can control my thought energy, but it's also, that's what made me sick. I have compassion for you guys because you can't turn them off. And now that I'm awake, I can't either. When it comes in, I can't just turn it off. I have to go through the process of getting this thought and this feeling out of me because it makes me want to die. The shame, the pain, the embarrassment, the confusion. How could this happen to me? Why did they treat me like this? What was going on in my life? What 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 led to this? How did it end? I ain't got no fucking details. All I got is the fucking pain and an image. So I have to do that just so I can feel okay about whatever I this repressed memory. I have years and years of them in there. My whole life is hidden in there, and anything outside of it can trigger it. I'm going to be doing this forever, healing myself from what I forgot happened to me. The point of this is so that that kind of pain, nobody can do that again, but also, so I can have peace. I never felt it. Most of it I don't even know happened until I see it. And now I can't even deal with the feeling of what I'm seeing. And I can't make the thought go away. And so I learned the alchemical transmutation process, how to take a dark feeling and through the process turn it into light, to take an empowering experience and use it to empower yourself rather than to destroy you. I learned how to do it and that's what I teach here. I don't do it for other people. I'm the guinea pig. I can't stop. It's not like, like, oh, we have enough data. No. Once you learn the process, then the process just repeats with no matter what. No matter what. So it's the same process for every thought and every feeling. And so I realized that, and that's what I try to teach you as I go through mine. Mine are meant to trigger you about your thoughts and feelings, and maybe you have similar ones and help you reprogram your mind in time as I'm doing it. How you see me changing my mind in time, telling it what to think, telling you how it feels and what it thinks, and how I'm telling it what to think, how to change my mind. Now, I'll tell it what to think, but now I have to reinforce it. So then I'll get it on track, but then now it's forgotten, it's patterning in a different area. No, we're not supposed to be doing that. I told you we don't do that no more. And that's where I'm always like, I'm constantly checking the valves, the levers, the fucking gauges. And that's where you have to, you're constantly staying in balance with your emotional body, your mental body, your physical body, your etherical body, your astral body, and your angelic body. But when it gets into your actual body, then you have to worry about, is your inner nurturer being nurtured too? The inner nurturer, mommy's loving everyone. Who's loving mommy? Okay, your inner warrior. He's always out there fighting and doing all the work. Really? Is he tired? Does he need some help with some of that work? He's always doing all the work. Or is he bored and he has no work to do? Then you got the inner child. That's, you know what I mean? Are you taking care of the inner child? Are you having joyful times? Are you having play dates? Are you doing stuff that's creative? Are you eating snacks? Are you taking care of the inner child? That's just, you know what I mean, the three components of the psyche. Not even if they shift and break like mine did. You got to tend to all of that. And then there's your physical body. Are you getting enough rest? Are you at least taking it for a walk, doing at least 20, 30 minutes of walking a day? You don't got to go nowhere, and you don't have to put on fucking jogging shoes to go for a 20-minute walk. Just walk around. Just get the blood flowing. You don't have to. You don't got to go out there and do a 30-minute walk on a fucking 90-degree incline. There's no need for that. Just keep sure you just make sure that the blood is flowing. You know what I mean? Are you know what I mean? Are you taking care of your body? Have you cut your nails? Are you know what I mean? When's the last time you shaved your face? Shit like that. It's like, are you taking care of your outside body? When's the last time you gave it some water? Or how about some fruits? Do you drink enough milk? I have an iron deficiency. So I gotta watch out for that shit all the fucking time. Really? Yeah. It's like, are you remembering to check your glucose? Are you remembering to give yourself some sweets? Do you have something in the refrigerator to treat yourself to? Are you taking care of yourself? All of that good shit. Are you getting enough protein? And that's where it is. It's not about always eating healthy meals, but just making sure that you have a healthy diet where you're at least incorporating the things that your body needs, that one a day, or, at least once a week. You know what I mean? Give it what it needs. And mostly a lot of rest. It doesn't mean you sleep all the time, but do you rest your body? Do you just set it down? And that's what it is with a baby. You just set them down. They're not asleep, they're just still, and they're not really. Most of the time when I'm chilling, bro, I don't really fully sleep. I just lay there. And that's just the resting and the recharging of the body. Really? Taking care of yourself is a big deal. And you realize that why you can have some compassion why your parents didn't have enough time and energy to care for you in the way that you needed. First off, they didn't allow you to express how much care you needed, and even if you could put it into words, they just didn't have the time. And Lord forbid you had a sibling. Really? How much time does your mom have to give you hugs and kisses? How much time does your dad have to teach you things around the house? And those are not necessarily just roles of men and women, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? How much time when can you ever catch your dad and cuddle with your dad and get close with your dad? Will he let you? Or he's too busy? Or he's not the cuddly kind. He's real standoffish. He doesn't really get close. We don't have a close relationship. I don't really talk to my dad like that. We don't like shake hands or hugs or anything like that. See what I mean? Why isn't you want that? You'd like that from your father or mother. And it's not like there's something wrong with them, but you got to acknowledge that I'm not getting something I need. So what does that mean? What did I tell you about this card? I need to give myself all the love that I can give to everyone else. All that love that I'm pouring out on other people, right now I need to pour it on me. Once I'm full, then I'll come out and I'll give you some. But right now, nobody's loving me. Nobody's taking care of me. Nobody's caring for me. It's not about being selfish, it's that I know I need a lot of care right now because I'm falling apart inside here. I'm not my normal self, so that means I got to stop doing other things and start caring for myself more. Really? If I don't, then more areas of my life will be, you know what I mean? Already fucked up my Saturday. Seriously? Fucked up my Saturday. Normally do all kinds of shit. I was supposed to be out furniture shopping and gardening and shit. Really? I had to deal with my insides. It's like, well, couldn't you have put it off? That's the worst thing you can do, and I've tried that. Putting off your healing, say, oh, I don't want to deal with that today. I don't want to deal with my feelings today. Okay, but the feelings you're dealing with today already built up. So if you add them on to tomorrow's, how much more feelings do you have to deal with? You're going to have to deal with the guilt of not dealing with today's feelings. And now you have more feelings. And tomorrow's a fucking Monday. Really? You got plenty of your own feelings. Already you got residual feelings on a Monday. Really? Yeah. It's not that I'm not sociable. It's that I'm weary of intimate relationships. I can make great conversation. On the surface, I can make acquaintances quite well. I want something deep. I want to get close to you, but I don't want to get close to you and just keep liking you only to get to a point where you don't like me and now you take this a relationship that I've worked so hard to get to know you away from me. When the blowjob thing happened with Bobby, I was crying to Marshall. I'm like, I hate myself. It's like, at least before I did that, I had someone to talk to. At least he was talking to me. It felt good to, have him in the DMs every day. But as soon as I gave him a blowjob, then I didn't get no one to talk to. I was like, dude, it wasn't worth it. I was mad. And that's where I was like, friends with benefits. Well, I'm not looking for that, but and that's where I stopped with this. It's like the more I'm getting to know you, the more I'm liking you, which is building a relationship. And I don't want to build a relationship that I don't get to keep. I'm going to go through all of this to like you, only for you to turn around and never talk to me again. That's very negative. I know it is. But can you look at the pattern of where these negative, assumptions come from? I know not to think that. I'm telling you how I think. I know to change my thoughts. I'm not stupid. But I'm telling you, it's a real place where it comes up with. It has the proof. It has reason behind why I think this way. But that's really what it is. I want to, but I want to be sure that, you know what I mean? By getting close to you, I can stay close. That it's only going to bring us closer. That's the whole point. That's what I said. I realized. It's like the more you're telling me, the more I like about you. But then what happens if I start, the more I like about you, and then there's a person I like but don't want to talk to me because of something. Really, it's not an insecurity. It's based on actual data, but it becomes an insecurity, which means I don't feel secure here. Insecurity, not about myself, but about situations. This is what has been happening. So I'm weary about this happening. You can't. You can't guarantee that a person, that you can invest in a person and that person will be there in the end. Really? Yeah. And if you've ever had to detach as hard as me, it's like you don't want to attach, and that's exactly what I told Ellie about Wolfman. I said I'm sure I've got love in me for him, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to open it up and open up to this love and then have to turn it off. It's so much harder to turn it off after you've opened it up. I'd rather not even open up this fucking bag of worms. It feels good to love someone, but everybody knows how bad it feels to recover because you can't love that person anymore. Maybe they took the love away or they cut it off and you can no longer give them love. That whole situation, I've been doing that for 3 years. It's not good. I fell in love with you just to have to walk away from you. I wish I never met you. I did all this work just for you to turn on me. I sacrificed, I tried so hard for you to turn on me, dispose of me. It kind of could come to the point, it's like, am I really just a disposable person? Like, I'm just a person that you can use and get rid of when you're done? That's what people do with me. I'm disposable? Or do I allow myself to be disposable? Or do I make myself available to people that just use people and kick them to the curb? What is going on here? Realistically, I'm just saying. You start to question everything, and then your brain falls apart, and you have an ego death. You're like, I don't think I could pick myself up. I'm not going to be able to be a human tomorrow. Can you please just kill me in my sleep? Then you wake up crying. Not another day on hell. How am I going to do this? Let me brush my teeth and have a cigarette, and we'll try to figure out another day in hell. And I'm fine. And then those cards will be like, go make a friend. If you don't get out of my fucking face, I hate hell. You want me to make friends with everybody in hell? There's a reason they're here, you know. Just saying. Moving on. I'm just saying. Mercury is communication. Scorpio is endings. Jesus Christ. Three of Cups. Really? Communicate. That's what Steve's love tarot said. You're going to tell them off. Yeah, I told him off. It was the end. I'm great at ending things, don't you think? Why? Because if I don't, I'd rather end it than let you have the power over me. Really? Yep. Pretty much. Like, damn, that's defeatist mentality. I don't give a shit. I'm telling you what my ego is. It's a not nice place. I spend all day dealing with that fucker. Tomorrow we're gonna be all engulfed in it. And that's another thing. I don't want to wake up tomorrow. I fucking hate Mondays. Really? The hardest day of the week. Really? Oh man, let's just open up the brain. Pinky in the brain. Let's see what still hurts. What's still bothering you? How do you feel about this weekend? Shame, embarrassment, all of it. That's what it says. You do something crazy on Friday. You go through a tower on Friday. You feel like shit about it on a Saturday, but then you go numb on a Sunday. But then come Monday, it really hurts. Tuesday, you're kind of getting over it. Mars energy. By Wednesday, you're already facing a new battle and you've already forgotten what you had to go through last week. There's no time to worry about last week. We got to worry about this week. Really? It's kind of how you guys treat work. This is work. This is what I do. Really? It's on a schedule. Unfortunately, I don't really get days off. Supposedly. I mean, Thursdays. Thursdays are pretty chill. Unless my shadow work from Wednesday, I didn't do enough of it. Or my Friday work shadow is leaking in. I try to get a rush on the weekend work. Really? Yeah. Let's deal with my broken self. Let's dig into the broken mind. How about let's not? Really? Just saying. That's where everybody else is. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Hey, Wolfman will pay for you to go do this in Argentina, and he'll wine and dine you, and you get to work out and stuff. Really? I think you should go his direction. I think you might have a better chance. I always said maybe a man could lead you better. Really? Yeah. You don't need me. You got that guy. That's what he said too. He's trying to prove that he's better than me. I'm just submitting to you the bullshit. Sure, I believe it too. I believe this is an opportunity that nobody should miss. You should go and join his cult. Really? Yeah, it's probably better. What do I got? We're dealing with the Five of Cups. That's about right. What is that? It's a pretty sad card in the deck. I think it's like signifies loss, defeat, brokenness. I don't know. Something terrible. Really? Not the best card. Let's see. Mm-mm-mm-mm. And that's where it is. It's like, that's the mixture of the bag of nuts that we got. Fucking nuts. There's no semen in there. What does that mean? Mixed blessings, I guess. That's not what we had. It was supposed to be harvesting. Really? Yeah. So we have all of this good stuff, but with all the good, you got to take the bad too, whatever's left over. Really? It's like trail mix or like anything that comes with fucking pretzels. I don't like pretzels. Really? I'll eat the rest of the shit, but I don't like the pretzels. Do you want the pretzels? Really? Yeah. It's like trail mix. There's a lot of good stuff in there, but then there's that stuff that comes in it too. Maybe you like, I don't know, all the trail mixes are different, but I don't like the pretzels. Really? Mm-mm. You can have them. Or what is that other one that's not trail mix? Can't think. You guys know what it is. I can't think of it right now. Fuck. I'm seeing it. Really? Yeah. Again, that one comes with fucking pretzels too. I don't like pretzels. Really? Give them to the birds. All right, we're not in any of these cards. We're supposed to be in the cups. Cups, 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 cups. Five of cups. As you cry out into the night, I'm not crying tonight. I was crying in the daytime. Come on, leave my nights alone. I don't want to cry at night. The startled member of your murder, what? Of your murder flaps their wings, taking to the darkest skies. If you hold your what agony silently, you let it take root to. I'm getting download. Say it again. If you hold your agony silent, you let it take root too far inside to ever be free from it. So let it loose and the whoop of pain, of loss, of fatigue, and condemnation. You dig sharp talons into the soil. That does not kill us, makes us stronger or stranger. Keywords disappointment, dwelling on mistakes, and anxiety. Really? That was, the cry on Friday. It's like, I just want to be free from this. Really? The pain, the condemnation, the lies. I just don't want to carry this anymore. Really? Mm-hmm. That's where it was. You can look at it, it's like, how can you have so much love for such a terrible situation? God, God. That's what I said. The only thing good in me is God. Something very Christ like going on in here. I put it in there, you know. Really? I'm the dark goddess. I'd really like you to just burn in hell now. If God wasn't against this whole thing and this wasn't against my teachings, I would really call if there was an actual devil to come eat you up. You think I don't get it doesn't occur to me that I want vengeance on your bitch ass for what you've done to me? That's not right. That's so unchristlike. No, that's human like. Humans don't like how you do this to them, and it makes them want to seek justice. They want revenge. They want you to feel like you've made them feel. To be honest, as bad as I feel in life, that's the one thing I work hard to. It's really not. But there are times that I will personally make you fucking hurt with my words. You know what? You have pushed me so far, I'm going to hurt you. I am going to hurt you now, and I'm fully aware this is going to hurt, and I'm going to do it on purpose. Really? Yeah? Vindictive. No, I don't just run around hurting people. I typically, if I do it, I hurt the people that have hurt me. That's not justifiable either. We gotta fix all this bullshit. Really? Yeah. Five of Cups is pretty terrible. And for if you didn't know, I'm gonna read it out of here just to add some salt to the wounds. Oh, Queen of Pentacles. That's a good place to be. Really? Better than where we are. The of Cups shows that you are obsessing over a loss and refusing to move on. See? That's what was going on. I needed to find a way. I don't know. I don't think I was obsessing over it. That's what it is too. I was like, and that's why I said, I didn't fucking lose you. Look at you and your punk ass wife and your punk ass life. Get the fuck out of my face. Quit fucking with my life. You thought you were gonna have a better life by fucking manipulating me since the beginning. God, if I look back, I could get filled with so much anger for this man. And I got to that point. I called him all kinds of rednecks and a fucking hick, and I wanted to slap the shit out across him. When I sit back and look at what you've done to me, I really want to fuck you up. And I'm justified in that. And then I sit back and I hope that some man will do it for me. It's like, don't you want to fuck him up for what he's done to me? Do you feel sorry for me? I feel sorry for me. I want to fuck this guy up, dude. How could he do that to me? How could you do this to me? Really? Yeah, it's part of the healing. It's not just you. We feel that way towards anybody. But that's just kind of how it is. As far as obsessing over the loss, what the fuck did I lose? A pain in my ass? I couldn't have anything real with you. It was just a fucking experience. It was sex ed. It was, dating 101. Get close to someone. I don't know what it was, but it was nothing fucking, there was never anything real, was there? The only thing real was how I felt. The whole thing pisses me off. Really obsessing. He is possibly because that's the best thing that was going to come into his marriage for the rest of his life. Even if he brings another woman into his life, it's not me, and thank God for that. You can't convince me of the bullshit. Convince yourself of the bullshit. Really? And that's why I said in the beginning of this video, if I will go this far to end this relationship, don't think that you know how far I'll go to end a relationship with you. If you're causing me pain, and if you're not adding, but you're literally dividing and subtracting from me, if you're not adding and multiplying to what I am, but you're dividing me into pieces and you're taking from what I am, then I promise you, bro, I'm gonna cut you. We're both gonna get cut by this, but I'm gonna cut the weight. You're dead weight. Nobody's safe in me restoring my peace. I told you this as I was going through this. You didn't get away with anything. The Holy Spirit will remind me, and you will get your judgment. You're in limbo until it's decided. How do you feel about what they did to you? What do you want us to do? That's where I sit with Christ. And he calms me down, and we decide together. And as I cried there, I didn't want you to get burned. I didn't want you. I didn't want all this to blow up. I just wanted you to stay the fuck away from me and stop manipulating my feelings, my desire for love, my imagination for a happy relationship. Quit trying to assert yourself into that. Quit trying to fuck with my future cuz you ain't got one. Why? Why can't I be happy just because you're not? Why can't I go make someone else happy? And in doing that be happy with by myself. You know what I mean? Like you know that it makes me feel good making someone else feel good and you don't want me to do that. I'm looking at you, Bobby. It makes no sense, dude. It's almost like looking at Christian. Why? Why did you do this? You never wanted me. Why couldn't you just let me be happy with someone else? Why couldn't you give me a chance to at least try to be happy? Because if she has nobody, she'll still like me. As long as she has nobody, she'll still talk to me. Russ loves those moments when I sink to my lowest low and end up having to talk to him because there's nothing else lower than where I'm at. They never really wanted me to recover. They never wanted me to get out of they enjoyed watching me struggle because it justified them that I wasn't good enough. They didn't have to feel bad for rejecting me as they watched me struggle. It justified that I wasn't good enough. You didn't even know me, bro. To wish that on me. You didn't pray for me. You didn't hope for me. You didn't root for me. You never wanted me to for this to work. And Lord forbid when the lottery comes, now you're really mad. You definitely don't want me to be famous. You don't want these stories to be told. You didn't want this to be real because then in the process every bit of your fake ass life came out. Fine. You didn't like me because I disrespected you. That's fine. I offended you. But you weren't just fucking thinking about that about me. You knew I had two children in the car with me while I was trying to make it work. You didn't want me to because that made you feel good. Made you feel good that I was struggling. Made you more powerful. It made Wolfman feel real powerful that he could turn and make fun of me. He may not have had my spiritual connection, but he could make fun of that I didn't have any material belongings. Does that make you feel fun? You're making fun of a homeless girl in the name of God, and that makes you feel powerful. You wanna you wanna floss on a homeless girl? Do you know how fucking pathetic you look right now? And you did it, and you keep doing it. You want to show off how you're better than me, and you have so much great things. How does any of this make you better than me, bro? I'm hearing the word character, and I'm seeing Royce. Royce, do you want to? Is there something you want to say? It's discrimination. Hmm. The card shows a woman mourning the death, but this can also be a failed relationship, a disappointment, or regret. Your pain is real and raw, but if you're not careful, you risk cutting yourself off from the life and people you still have. And that's what happened. I started slowly just cutting it. And that's why I said I was cutting everyone. Stand back, dude. You're going to get cut. When I'm hurting, I tend to hurt others. Just get away. I don't know. Anyways, it says right here, which is shown by the upright cups that remained. Hold on to this pain and it will damage you. mentally and physically, and risk destroying your relationship with friends and family. You can see how this fucked me up. It's kind of scary because I don't have the memories, but it's like, does this happen to you every time you try to go out there? I don't know. There's a lot of supportive memories to that. But you've seen it. For most of them, they've seen it. The first guy I open up to does this to me. All the people I tried to open up to did this. My family, they did this. You know what I mean? You saw your kindness is a weakness out here. You can see why prior to that I was a bitch. I made sure that nobody would approach me. I created that armor to protect myself. It was better to be fucking feared and respected than taken advantage of. I didn't need love and admiration. I wanted your fucking respect, and you were going to give it to me. Reverse meaning. Though you've suffered in the past, you're beginning to come to terms with it. You've spent enough time grieving and have emerged stronger. And though the bitter memories are still there, you are feeling ready to embrace life again. Look to the future. Take heart. New opportunities and relationships are out there. It's there. And that's why I'm being pushed to do all of this. And then, you know what I mean? That was that Three of Cups. There's plenty of opportunity of people that want to connect when I'm ready. They can see clearly I don't want to connect with them right now. I'm not in a place. That's what I posted. I don't have what it takes right now, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. And that goes back to, Kobe, which could have been 100 days ago. You want to talk about why you keep giving up on relationships? Does anybody want to answer that question that I told him? What did I tell him? It's not worth the fight, Kobe. There's nothing I can do to keep you. Maybe if I act right and do everything right and say all the right things that you like, I might be able to keep you. But how long can fake that? How long can I be pleasing to you? The second I'm not, you're going to turn because that's what humans do. I'm no longer beneficial. If I don't say all the right things and do all the right things and check all the boxes, then I'm not worth it. Maybe if I had that same mentality, then I wouldn't be out here getting fucked up. Like, no, they can't. No, 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 no. Perhaps. I'm not really sure. I don't know where they are. But it has to be, and that's another thing I realized what was happening. Someone like minded is definitely where it starts. That helps. That's where it starts. Nothing starts without that. Really? If I don't make a mental connection with you and then you having an emotional availability, we're not making a connection. Really? Not a real one. Not a real one. If you can't really think and talk about, any subject and actually, talk about feelings and stuff, we're not really going to have a connection. That's deep communication, and that's what I'm looking for. It'd be one thing if I was just looking for, what I mean, surface level connections, but that's why I'm not settling for surface. I want to build a long term connections, but I can't. I got to be honest about the people. Can I build a friendship, a long term friendship with someone like you? If I invest in the time and what it takes to get to know you and your likes, and we start doing, you know, liked activities, like we share the same interests and we start doing shit like that, is that worth it? Or you're just going to turn around and try to fuck my boyfriend? Yeah, you forgot about bitches doing that, right? Seriously. Anyways, I don't know. We're in more shadows. We're still always there. And that's why I said I never leave the shadow realm. Get to pull. They'll pull me out for a little while, but then they shove me right back in. Put my head under the water. Tell me what you see. I see a sea of terrible feelings. Really? Hey, you want to find out what tomorrow holds? I would rather hope that for tomorrow something's better. I know there's a week. It might not be next week. Maybe it's the week after. one of these weeks in April said something good. Really? Saturn in Aries. Why am I reading that? April 12th. Did that end? I don't know. Saturn, I just turned to it. Neptune in Aries. Why is all this? Really? January 26th through May 21st. Oh, this is going to last for years. Really? Really, though. I don't know where I turned to. Anyways, let's find out what's going on in April, some shit. February, March, April. We might as well read it today. And then we'll see if it hits right away. 30th, April 6th through the 12th. What are we? 13th through the 19th? Sounds about right. This week is bursting with positive, optimistic energy, making it one of the best year. This is it. This is that week on page 55. Shut up. Making it one of the year's best so far. Love, romance, passion, caring. It is all taking. Is all for the taking. So don't squander this incredibly auspicious period. Monday is one of the dreamiest days of the year for dating and amour. I would not expect that. I guess if you're open, I guess, because a Monday is in your mind and your emotions if you're ready. And then I guess, Steve's Love Tarot was talking about Aries and Mercury and Aries, which is your ability to communicate, but boldly, perhaps. It will be easy to gather up the courage to sweep your sweetie off their feet. It is also an excellent day for a platonic display of affection. What does that mean? If there are people in the world that have always been there for you and looked after you, now is a time to show them how much you appreciate it by returning all the favors in kind. It's kind of interesting because, again, I was really grateful for the conversation and I wanted to return the favor. I don't know how. I'm just going to ask God to do something really magical for the person. Really, I believe that God knows what he needs. Tuesdays, electric vibes are great for brainstorming or long, meandering conversations with a loved one. Oh, really? The moon moves into Aries on Wednesday. Whoa. Making contact with the stellium of uplifting, inspired planets. That's all a lot of everybody's hanging out in Aries. Really? Yeah, that's a lot in Aries. This is a very productive day when anything is possible, both work and love. Thursday has an aura of destiny pervading the entire period. Magnetism is off the charts, allowing you to seduce and form bonds with people right in the aspect of life, the right people in all aspects of life by creating mutually beneficial, powerful ties. That's that Three of Cups by the new moon, and this is it. This says this is the most positive week so far. Remember what our 10-day forecast said, that this was a week of blessings. Really? It's all aligning. By the new moon on Friday, however, you may want to eschew, I guess, ESCHEW. Never seen that word before. Group what activities and teamwork to focus on self improvement. Okay, so I got to be honest. I'm not inviting anyone to my new moon ceremony on Friday, and it's Friday under the full or under the Venus. I got to deal with myself, and that's what I said. I can't be pouring into you right now. I got to pour into myself. We can outlook. Well, at least on Friday, it says that we can fuck around all week, but I got to take Friday off to deal with myself, which is typically what I do anyways. Weekend outlook. This is an incredibly potent moment to plan your future with that new moon in Aries. Visions dreamed up at this time could take root and flourish for the next year, or the next years, or even decades. Use Saturday to come up with a clear plan for the future and bounce it off of trusted advisors. All right, by Saturday, I've got to come up with a clear plan of action. Really? Yeah. Sunday is all about rolling up your sleeves and getting to work so all those big dreams don't stay locked in your head, but can manifest reality. By Sunday, I'll be back in the documentary for sure. Tips for a 5-star week. Forget about the past and keep your eyes fixed firmly on the future. Conceptualize the life you want to lead and live it. I'm seeing this picture. Picture me rolling. Hey, I love you, Paco. See you in a minute. Um, like you're trying to picture a happy relationship, and because you don't know who the man is, you can't start this. Like it's like you're being held back because you need someone else to make this, to conceptualize this idea without actually having the man. This is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing this vision. Without actually having the man, you haven't actually started the planning because you don't believe that the man's there. And that's like seeing is believing. Until you see it, you can't even start the manifestations. That's not how this works. You have to believe like I do. God's bringing me in a man, right? And in the sense of, are you ready to receive it? And have you done everything to attract this man? Is this man coming? Wolfman, are you seriously going to show up, bro? You're going to try to act like, nothing happened and try to smooth everything over and just, use me for a spiritual connection? That's all you need, right? You just need me to connect you to God. You don't need anything else from me, right? Do you even need that? Is that really something I can do? I'm just curious. I'm looking at the bigger picture here. And supposedly God wanted to align us for the full moon. It's a little bit prior to that. And that's what I said. Something was supposed to be happening before this full moon so that by that time I felt close enough to actually, I don't know if sex was really a thing, but being close enough to like kiss or hug a man under the full moon is coming into union with a man. It didn't necessarily have to be fucking. So I'm just looking at all of this and it's like, you're the last thing from my fucking mind. I thought I was set free from your bullshit when you said you were chasing a triathlon. Now all of a sudden you just kind of happen to jump up in the country. You just jump up in the conversation. Am I supposed to like acknowledge this? I do. But what? What's your intention? You're just going to surprise, hey, I'm here. You want to take and initiate me? Is that your plan? Is that what you're planning to do? I'm going to tell you straight off the bat, that is so fucking poisonous and hurtful and opportunistic like you are. But again, God told me to do this. So if you show up, I'm going to do what I was told to do. And you can go on with yourself and do whatever the fuck you want with it. Go have your spiritual retreats. If that's all it takes to get rid of you is to do this, then let's do it. If that's all you want from me. You just want my connection. God said to initiate you and he will connect you. Whatever you do with it, that's between you and God. I don't give a fuck. Really? Don't give a fuck. You go out and destroy the world and make it a worse place. Fuck it. I don't care. I really don't. How much worse can you do? What are you going to do to people that they're not already doing to each other? You can't fuck with me and mines. So I don't care. Just kind of putting that out there. Really, he's another twin flame that wants nothing to do with me. He doesn't want anything but power and success off of me. Russ just wants me to, help him write music. They all want me to, help them make their lives easier, better, and more purposeful, full of money and fame. I find that extremely bullshit that you're going to a fucking woman to make yourself great again. And you'll do any forms of manipulation to do so. Right? Abracadabra? You may have used me for coins, but I used you for permanent healing. You used me to make yourself powerful, but the relationship we had made me the most powerful being in the world. I don't think you know how to harness this properly because you seem to be one of these weak motherfuckers out here. I don't think you understood what this relationship was meant to do because you didn't do it. So, if all I'm here to do is inspire your next album, get on with it. As I told NF, just drop the fucking album. I'm not even, I give you permission. I know you did exactly what they did. You used me as inspiration to write your next album. You're going to write all about healing and transformation, dark night of the soul, introspection. You're going to take all of my work and try to act like you've applied that to your life and you're a better person. What did he do? He came out with 6 songs. Mm. Somehow, Mike Stud was able to come up with 32 fucking songs out of this shit. And he can't stop yet. They just got to come over here. Jesus Christ, Magnetize Yourself started a fucking music career off this shit. How's it going for all of you? Going back to Will Smith and his Dark Night of the Soul song. How's that going? Are you getting a million views? Really? I just want to point this out. There's somebody out there that wants to love me, and then there's the rest of you that just want to use me. God knows your true intentions. He may not tell me, but I'll figure it out eventually. And that's just sad. I'll overcome you because I do. I overcome every person that's used and abused me. You think you're powerful because you got over on me? Take it in line. The only thing that would make you powerful is if you'd actually hurt me. How long did it hurt for? Just saying that. And that's why I'm going to sit by myself. And that's what it said in those cards. I'll be manifesting my own life using my own powers for my own self on Friday. I will not be giving into your bullshit. And that's it. I invite people to help them dream. I use my magic, my belief to help their dreams come true because they don't know how to dream. They don't know how to pray. They don't know how to invocate. They don't know how to manifest. I don't need you to come hang out with me. I do this shit from my car. I don't need you to be part of my ceremony. I was inviting you to be part of a ceremony with God. I don't think you have the right intentions to be part of none of that shit. And that goes back to someone like Wolfman. She had to be so spiritual in the beginning. And all this time, I think he did one full moon ritual in like 2 years. He's never done a new moon ritual. And I just want to point out, you have those every month. There's 13 full moons in a fucking year. Equally fucking the same with full moons, because after it goes fucking or new, after it goes full, it starts to lose it, and then it goes into a new moon phase. Really? Yeah. He's gonna heal you though. I have all faith in that. All right. Well, that's what's gonna happen. This is the week. I told you I read that when I was on timeout. I knew one of these weeks was supposed to be really exciting. I feel it. I mean, not internally, but everything, my external world is lit. And again, I have a job too. That lady, I have a card over here with this lady that wants to offer me a job. I got a job. I manifested, I won the lottery with that plot. I got all kinds of shit. Everything I want is coming to me. I just got to decide what I want next. And that was the cool thing. And it came from an outside energy. Really? Speaking to this dude's brother and just starting that conversation reminded me that it is fun to talk to people. It's fun. This is an exciting thing. This is what happened when I got around Brian. I told Brian that, and then I manifested some shit. No, that's how I ended up with this house. That's right. I told Brian that after seeing him, he reminded me how good it felt to be in a social environment, and I'd like to make connections again. I came home from that show under that, and I manifested that night after the Bone show, is that I want to start making connections. I want to do this again. Well, obviously that was way back in January, and it's taken us, maybe 100 days. I'm just saying something we said in 100 days is about to come to fruition. But I've been working on it since then. He sparked my interest. He reminded me, it forced me to go back out there and felt what it felt like to connect with people again. So unknowingly, I started connecting with a person in the DMs, and it reminded me that this is cool sometimes. It feels good to kind of connect, to get to know somebody. So that starts this. So then come the new moon, it's like, okay, well, now you got the juices flowing to where I want this. Not if not from you, and that's where this starts. It always is that. It's not that I want it from you, but this is something that I realize makes me happy. And that's where it has to start. They have to show me what I want before I even know what it is. Show me. And I can't manifest. I have to want it. I have to want something. So I'm sitting here, well, what do I want for the new moon? Well, what have you experienced? I want a connection, right? So I don't use all of them for connections, Because, and really, that's not always being honest. I don't always want a connection. That's why I turn to my books. Well, what are we manifesting during this full moon? And I let them tell me what to focus on. Really? They know best. I don't know. You know what's going to make me happy. Really? I could say, like, all I want this week is all I ever wanted was for somebody, I could just say something. I'm being careful because I don't want that to happen. I want somebody to go camping with me and my family. I want to share that experience with someone else. I think it would be fun to share this experience. Something that brings me joy, I want to share with someone else. I want to share my joy with someone else. Do you understand where I'm coming from? I want to do something that makes me happy and I want to do it with someone that makes me happy. Not I want somebody to come make me happy and take me on a date that makes me happy. I said I want to do what already makes me happy with someone that's happy to do it with me. That's it. Really? Yeah, that's a good manifestation. Really? I got a fucking brand new tent and I'm working on getting my shit together. And I want to go on. That would be fun. I want to go camping for myself, but let's invite somebody. That would be fun. I would really enjoy that to share this experience. I've only done it by myself. Really? It's a little scary. Just me and the kids. I had to be brave. Really? Yeah, I've never shared this experience with anyone else. I don't know what other people do when they camp. Really? And my kids said they don't want to go camping. So it might just be me and someone. Just kidding. It could be. No, my daughter, I'll talk her into it. My son won't get left out either. But yeah, something like that. And that's why I was like, don't say this and that's why I said, if I say I want it, then I'm going to get it. So I didn't start ranting. I didn't just start using examples because I was going to get those examples in my life. Really? I was like, what do you want? I want somebody to make a connection with so we can go camping. Really? Yeah, it's like, I'm not trying to blur the lines. Really? I'm not asking for too much. I'm not asking for a sexual camping experience, although that is one of my fantasies. It's not what I want. I just want a cool, connection. Just something I like to do. Find somebody that likes to do the same things I like to do that could share this experience with me. And that's a great thing because what else are we going to do? Communicate. There's nothing else really to do out there but talk. So you get to know somebody. It's like taking a road trip, unless you keep the radio on the whole time. And then you get to learn if they can sing. Really? I don't know. I'm just saying. So we're going to work on that on Friday. We'll do that. But it looks like it's a great week. Can you remember all that? Cool. Will that be the energy in the morning? I don't know. We'll remind ourselves. Typically, I don't read that until Monday. But that gives you some hope to go to bed to. Hey, this was a shit week. God's got a great week ahead of us. Go to sleep. Let it rest. He's got great opportunities. Don't forget that. If you go to sleep with that thought, you'll wake up with that thought. Really? That's why they tell you not to go to bed angry. Go to bed joyful. Go to bed optimistic. Go to bed dreaming about this promise. Believe in it. Really? I want to. Do you want to believe in it or you don't believe in it? Some of them you want to. Some of them you're like, no, I don't claim that energy. No, that ain't coming at me. No, that ain't me. That ain't me. I want that. You have to be open to receive it, though. You say you want it, and then it shows up, and you slam the door on it. That could be me, too. Really? I don't know. I know it said that Monday's a great day. Just fill it out. Really? Oh, he's just a trigger. I don't know. We'll see. It says it's going to be a good one. Hopefully, I've done enough work that I'm not touchy, that I'm not temperamental. Really? The temperance card. It's like, you're touchy. I'm built up with a lot of shit, dude. I'm sorry. And that's why it's like, I don't want to apologize anymore. I'd rather have a trained psychologist that understands it, or even a spiritualist that knows what the fuck shadow work is. Not this guy that just uses the word. You're gonna be able to sit there with a stranger and break them to where they can cry and talk about molestation or abuse, physical, mental, emotional, financial. You're gonna get them. You don't know what their shadows are. It could be anything. And you're going to sit there with a stranger and get them to pull it out of them and you're going to be able to handle them after you're going to have the crisis response to make them feel okay after you pull these thoughts and feelings. After you speak about it, you hate yourself more. You feel relieved, but you feel embarrassed. Now it's out and they can use it, and you know what I mean? Are you going to be able to really take care of this person after you open up their psyche? You better think twice about that, bro. Stick to yoga. You don't open up people's shadows. You don't have them start talking about their pain if you can't help them soothe it. And just because you talk about it tonight doesn't mean they're not going to go to sleep with it and wake up with it the next morning. That's not how pain goes away. You can't tell them to just get over it. You can't just fucking, you know what I mean? Just keep telling them. You can see it in their eyes. You've opened up something and they can't stop thinking about it, and they're no longer focused. I find it very intriguing that you think you can be me and that you have the tenderness to care for somebody else's shadows when you can't even acknowledge that you have any. Have you ever acknowledged an insecurity, a part of you that you hide? No, because you're hiding everything. But yet you want everybody to come out and be open with you and tell you about their pains and their sufferings. You want them to tell you about beatings or cheatings. You know what I mean? You want them to tell you about their drug use or about their thieving. These are shadows, the devils, the things we hide from people because they won't accept. You're going to get a stranger to make them believe that you're going to accept the part of them that nobody else has before. You're not me. And the reason that people know that I can accept them, because I accept myself. If she's been through that, then she can do this. And that's how we make an emotional connection with someone like Marshall. He can relate to us because he's been through shit like us. I can open up to Marshall because Marshall knows where I'm coming from. You don't have that. You can't get a person to open up because you yourself are closed off. But I find it disrespectful that you think that you could just be me without the qualifications. People are out here, and I said it, and that's what they said. Fake healers, here they come. He thinks he can heal you, and he's going to put money on it. But what if he doesn't? What if he opens up your fucking shadows and neither one of you can close them? What if he opens up your childhood wounds and now you can't forgive? You can't forget, and you can't get over the pain that is running through you. You can't reprogram your mind, and neither can he. And now your brain, you're fucked. You're mentally fucked because your childhood trauma is now unleashed and you don't have the right techniques to lay it to rest. This is a warning to the rest of you. Don't go fucking around with spiritualists. You do not go to some Reiki person that's going to put fucking stones on your energetic chakras and try to supposedly align them. All of your divine energy comes through these individual points, and you're going to let somebody go touch them. All the information that God is sending to you through those points, you're going to let some person you don't know into your energy. Now, mind you, Wolfman doesn't believe that we can feel each other's energy like that. That we don't have the power of empathy. We can't feel a person's thoughts on us. But you better think twice about that. Really? Yeah. They're out there. They're right here. They're everywhere. People want to be me. Why? Because then they can turn around and charge you unbelievable amounts of money. They can charge you for your healing. And that's where he turned around and he said, "This is going to cost me like $4,000, but it's worth it. It's worth it if I can change a person's life." Oh, all of a sudden now you're a humanitarian and you care about people's lives. Some random person, you're going to change their life. You're going to put your money and you're going to put everything into their life, right? Some stranger. When did you become so caring and considerate of human life? I'd like to see you do this with some 40-year-old man from fucking New Jersey. Shit, from fucking Montana. You can't control it unless you are controlling who needs the help the most. And can you help them? How can you help them when you can't help yourself? You're going to use your military training to get into their mind? You've watched enough of my videos that you think you can do this? Have you tried to get into your own? Have you got out of it? Going in is not a problem. It's getting out of it is the huge problem. You can get stuck in these dark night of the souls for days and days and days, which is one feeling. You remember what that person did to you, and now you just can't get over it. That's that obsession. That's that 5 of Cups. I just can't get over it, bro. I can't get over it. I can't stop thinking about it. I can't make it go away. You don't have the techniques. You have to wait till this passes, but how long will it take to pass? You don't know. And the longer they sit there hurting like that, replaying that memory, the more it tears them apart, where they'll start looking for they'll start drowning themselves with alcohol. They'll do anything to make this go away. Some of them will become suicidal. Many people do lose their lives during this journey. They can't face their own thoughts. They can't they can't take their own pain. They put themselves out of their misery. Suicidal thoughts are very much real during this process. Will you take the will you go to the great lengths to take your life? Depends on how much pain you're in. Where's the pain coming from? Your brain. You can't make this thought go away, and it's killing you. And you'll do anything to make it go away. You can't see a future, you can't see past it. You're ready to take your life because you can't get past this. Don't be playing with people, Wolfman. Something happens to that person. They go on this spiritual retreat with you, and they come back, and they're mental, and they go to a doctor, and they can prove that it was you that did it. I promise you, bro, we're going to start this very soon. We're going to start persecuting spiritualists. We are going to hold them accountable. Really? We're not hanging witches, but you're sure there is a limit. They want to deny that there was ever the power, but once we prove the power, and then we can show that there are people that are harming others, there must be some law and justice to people like you that are out there manipulating energy and harvesting it and raping it, abusing people for your own self gains magically. I promise you, these people tell their family, I'm going on a spiritual retreat, and they come back mentally ill. Their families are coming after you, and they're going to prove it. I'm just quiet. You can't do this unless you know what you're doing. I'm trained at this because I've been doing it with my own mind, to where I know that I can get you out of yours because I've learned how to get out of mine, no matter where you are in there. I know exactly what techniques to get you out. He's just trying to take you in. He doesn't know what's in there. He doesn't know what you're hiding. What if you tell him that you raped your child? Some man comes out and says, I've been molesting my child. I've been raping both my daughters for 14 years. I've never told anyone this, and I'd like you to help me with this. Can you help him? Somebody with a secret drug addiction? Somebody that's been cheating? Someone that's lying? Someone that's facing prison time? They're about to confess to you. They're hoping that you can help them. Can you help them? You have no idea what people are hiding, and you're offering a safe place for them to release it. But is it safe? Are people's secrets safe with you? Are they safe with you after they tell you their secret? Is the question. What would you do, Wolfman, if he looks you dead in his if some man, could you be Christ-like? Could you show him Christ's light in that moment? That's what a spiritual healer is made to do. You're supposed to heal them. No judgment. Christ sat there and he waited for the sick, and he didn't care. Nobody, whoever brought whatever they're sick of. You don't know their secrets. You're just expecting them to share them with you. Fine. But what happens after you let them out? After you let the demons out, you can't put them back. You have to integrate them. You have to love them. You have to acknowledge them. You have to bring them in. After I let this out, I can't put it back. I can't put it back where it came from. It's free now. And now I gotta, heal it. Really? Mm-hmm. You're messing with fire, bro. And you're messing with people's lives. And you need to work on your own instead of trying to be somebody's spiritual healer. You need to spiritually heal yourself before you can tell people that you're spiritually healed. Really? Your own material. For the rest of you guys, yeah, be careful. Liars and cheats and thieves and shadow work. That's what I'm gonna put. Liars and cheats and thieves and shadow work. Really? Oh my. I heard that Usher song. Really? Yeah. A hurt person will do anything to stop hurting. Do you know that? Make sure if somebody comes to you and they ask you to help them stop hurting, that you even have the ability to offer them that. You don't tell them I can help you if you can't. Really? And that goes back to myself. I'm a hurt person. I'll do anything to make this pain go away. Anything. I won't make someone else hurt, but I'll do anything to stop it. When you're desperate for peace, nothing else matters. So you got to understand that in my relationships, if you hurt me, I'll probably do anything to stay away from to stay away from you forever. One, not because I don't forgive you, but two, I don't want you to ever hurt me again. If you did it once, you'll do it twice. Really? You got away with it, didn't you? You figure you could do it again. And if not to me, you'll try that same method on somebody else. You hurt people. You just don't care that your words and actions are hurtful. And people that are hurting will do anything to stop hurting. I'm one of those people. When I'm hurting, I have to stop everything to heal. I'll do anything to heal it. I'm not going to just I'm not going to keep hurting. Really? Keep that in mind. That's why people go to healing, because they're hurting. They need help. They need help. They want help more than you enough that they're looking for help outside of themselves. Don't say you can help them when you can't. Really? Yeah. I told you, Bobby. He can't do this without me, but he sure wants to try to build his own kingdom. You can't. You're a man. The best you can do is be part of a church. You can't do any of this without the divine feminine, and that's why you are invoking divine feminine energy. But the divine feminine is feelings and thoughts, which you lack both. Deal with your own shadows as to why you can't be open and true about your feelings and thoughts, why you're always trying to hide who you really are before you ask somebody else to come out. Step out the closet before you start yelling at other people to step out of theirs. Really? Yeah. Hey, I love you guys. I'm burnt out. Um, it's going to be a good week, and I'm grateful for that. And that's why I chose to read that, I suppose. We didn't have to wake up. We wake up knowing it's going to be good. Really? Keep that knowing, and something great's going to happen. Believe in something great, and something great will happen. Maybe not this week, but we start believing it this week. We put those beliefs into that new moon, it's going to happen. And I can prove it in the cards. We have 10 days of harvest, and then after that was another 10 days of abundance. It's coming. Believe in it. Believe in your promise of peace, joy, and happiness. I didn't say abundance. Don't believe you're getting money when you know damn well you ain't got no job and there ain't no money coming. You can get some peace. You can get some happiness. You can get some joy, and maybe, get your bills paid and be fed. That's good. That's good. That's what everybody else is out there doing all damn week. They're working their ass off for a little bit of peace, a little bit, some food in the fucking refrigerator, and the bills paid. If you're already there, hey, praise God, bro. The rest of them, they got to chase theirs. Seriously? Hey, praise God. And that's where I'm at. I got food in my I got all my shits taken care of. I ain't got to chase. I just got to be open to receiving more and being grateful for what I do have. Really? Yeah. I don't have a fucking kitchen full of food, but we got food. My bills ain't paid for the year, but they're paid for the next 2 months. You know what I mean? That's it. I'm not set for life, but I'm set. I'm set enough that I can relax. And that's where you want to be. How often can you just relax that everything's good and I ain't got to do nothing today? I ain't got to chase the world. I'm good in the world. The world is good with me. Hey, I love you guys. I hope I taught you something. I really do. That's all I can do. I'm teaching myself, and I hope somebody else is learning. Reach one, teach one. I'll see you tomorrow. Later, skaters.